Hello, my lovely saplings, and welcome to episode 7 of the Java Coast. We have so many things we have to complete, and I want to get all the little projects done so that we can start talking about the big project I have in mind. Alright, guys, so we are down in the spawner. So, Zen has a lay silverfish XP machine, and we've had a lot of instances where somebody either accidentally kills CLAs. At one point, they were taking damage consistently, so they kept dying when we unload the chunks. We just had a lot of problems, so I thought I would figure out how Impulse built the one that he put in Skizzleman's base on Hermitcraft. Listen, I only stared at like a few frames of this video and figured it out. So, I guess this is my really dysfunctional redstone tutorial for Impulse's Alley XP farm. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna do a 5x5 square. Alright, so this is the level with the glass. So I believe I need to go down one more and then do a 3x3 in the middle. Now, this shulker has all the material, I'm going to keep that so I can get it out. All the materials you kind of need. Not the exact numbers for some things, but majority of it is. So I'll just, the top row and the armor stand are like exact numbers. Everything else is guesstimates. I love that. Okay, but to start with, we need 2 of the dispensers, a campfire, and any building material that isn't like stone bricks, blah blah blah. And then what we're going to do, we're gonna right in the middle place the campfire and put it out. You're gonna put a dispenser there and a dispenser there. And then this is where the water bucket and the flint and steel comes in. So you want to put the flint and steel in this one and the bucket in this one. I'm going to fill in this with the block that I'm using because you can see this and I kind of want it to be somewhat pretty, I guess. So I'm going to temporarily do this just because I have to get my allay in there now. So I'm gonna put that there. He's got dirt in his hand, so now all I'm gonna do, throw a couple more. I'm trying to guide him into this hole. There we go, and then we put that there. Actually, I'm gonna do that and then that. Okay, right? And then I'm going to grab the piston that I have in here. That there. Boom. Alright, and then you should be able to take away these and your little guys there. Now, it's gonna take a minute, but I think around 23 to 24 allays is the amount you want to have in there. The only problem with that is they each take like 5 minutes to reload so that you can duplicate them, and then you want to always make sure you're putting something in their hands. Yeah, see, so now I gotta wait the 5 minutes. We can pretty much set everything else up as we go. We just gotta make sure we can still reach them. So we're gonna grab the last dispenser, the observers, and the notebooks. So the last dispenser, you're gonna wanna do this, and then go down a block. Just make sure you're not taking away one of the blocks that'll free the allays. That's why I didn't take from the middle. And the dispenser should be facing down, so even when you take that, you can't see the circle. Alright, so next, you want to leave a space here. You don't want to put the observer directly on that block. You're probably going to have to go down one again like you did with the dispenser so that it's facing the right direction. You may be thinking, does it still work? Oh, clearly. I just accidentally set them on fire. Even if there is a 1 block gap between the two, it does still work. Now you just gotta put in the note blocks so you can easily trigger it. There we go. Alright, and then next you have to put the observer that goes above that. It's a good idea to keep nothing in that until you have the whole, in this dispenser, until you have the whole thing built. Because then it's just gonna kind of get in the way instead of being helpful. So I don't know if silverfish go into deep slate, so I'm not sure if I should break the deep slate, but I think it'll be fine. You're gonna do a layer of whatever building block you're using around here. Oh, don't forget to put that note block in. And then for Impulse's design, he put copper bulbs on top of these, but I'm just gonna put my regular old building blocks because the copper bulbs didn't really have a purpose, so to say. So next, you're gonna want to get compost bin and your armor stand. You're gonna put that there, and then you're gonna want to put a temporary block above this, and then the armor stand, and then break the block so that the armor stand falls into the compost bin. Alright, and then grab your hoppers and your chest. You're gonna put 1 hopper there, 1 chest there, another hopper there, and then a chest on top of this. Right, and then from there, you do put in the glass. I'm gonna leave a couple spots empty just so I can go, like, you know, keep up with breeding the allays. But in the end, the only spots that shouldn't have glass are like right here next to the armor stand. Now, instead of glass there, you'll put the, I didn't mean to fall in. I don't have my silk touch pick on me, but I have a silk touch shovel. Don't fall in like I did. You want to put the iron trapdoors on the glass block. And then right now, since I'm breeding the allays and I don't want to go putting the water, but you'll place 1 water here and 1 on the other corner, and then it'll push all the silverfish to the front. And then you want to make sure you have a sweeping edge. You fill the chest with infested potions, and then to start it, you hit this one to start the fire, and that starts making your allays take damage. Then you splash them with infested, and then when you're done, you just tap that, it floods the campfire, and then tap it again to take the water back. Easy enough, right? That's it. Legit, we're done. I just need the infested potions and the correct amount of allays. And then I will report back and show you guys how well it works once I have all the allays. Alright, we got the XP thing working, and I will just show you guys. Alright, so this is the sword we have. We are going to plan to put Bane of Arthropods on it, but right now it just has Sweeping Edge, Unbreaking 3, and Mending. And then I kind of put instructions so that when anyone comes to use it, they kind of get the gist of how to use it without me having to tell them. And then of course we've got plenty of infested potions. So right here we hit this and the fire starts hurting the allays. So then we hit this one and that makes the silverfish start spawning. And then I will start to mend my tools. Alright, and clearly my armor is already mended, so I'm just gonna hang out till this runs out. Finish off all the silverfish that are in here. I do kind of need to check to make sure, yeah, so I had to put wool underneath the campfire down here because turns out silverfish do eat through a cobbled deep slate as well, or deep slate really. So I did end up having to go and kill a couple guys underneath this. Alright, and then to turn it off, you just hit this twice, and that's it. Easiest little farm ever. I love it. Never gonna have to worry about how long it takes to repair anything, so that is the upside. I still hear a silverfish. Where are you? That is my normal sword. I'm not gonna touch. Yeah. That is the second armor stand I have broken. So now I'm gonna have to replace that. It's fine. Anyways, moving on from this. I've had a bad habit of not recording when I get on. And I'm sorry for that. No, I've been doing a lot of stuff just off camera. So now I'm gonna kind of give you a little rundown of everything I've done. Nothing in the house. We've started our pathways. This one still has to have the outer texture and flowers added, like the rest of it. I did make it easy to go up and down the pathway, which is nice. And then we get all the cherry blossoms. Other than that, I've been taking out this entire mountain and then fixing this one. Oh, that's a bad spot to show. It's very much not done. I plan to like actually legitimately like shape everything, but right now it just looks really flat and straight. That's pretty much all I've been doing off camera, but it's a lot of work. But definitely this has taken me hours of time. And honestly, I've done majority of it on stream. So if you guys still kind of want to catch up on it, there are streams I've done around the base. I've done a lot of hanging out with the boys. We did go to the Deep Dark. That was like 2 hours worth of footage, and it's so chaotic. I don't always have the time to go through that long of footage. So if anything, I'm going to turn it all into YouTube shorts so then I can edit it over time. And so you guys just kind of won't get to see our Deep Dark shenanigans until they start posting as YouTube shorts. And I am greatly sorry for that. But with all that we've done, you know, we got the XP farm made. Zen figured out how to make it and put it in his base, so that was fun. We got our pathway started, so it's starting to actually look like a put together area, and I can't wait to get more of the pathways done and to start working on everything I have planned for over there. Plenty of plans for the next episode, and I'm sorry that this one's going to be so short and a little bit of just like a here's an update of what I've done and just didn't bother to record. But I love you guys. I appreciate all of you. We just hit 500 subscribers, which is so exciting, and I'm so happy. And I can't wait to see all the growing that we continue to do, and hopefully I'll get better at making videos. But also, I will be releasing an update video soon, as I do have some major life changes happening, which will probably affect content for a little while. Streams are pretty frequent. I'm trying my best to stay on schedule, but as I say, major life changes and my job have been taking priority lately. So I hope you guys will understand. Anyways, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.